ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्भूतभूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ Verse 119. अस्त्येवोपासकस्यापि वास्तवी ब्रह्मतेति चेत् पामराणां तिरश्चां च वास्तवी ब्रह्मता न किम्। 120 also. अज्ञानादपुमर्थत्वम् उभयत्रापि तत्समम् उपवासाद्यथा भिक्षा वरं ध्यानं तथान्यतः. So Vidyaranya continues with this topic. We just started from verse 74. It's going to be over now in two verses. 122 would be the last verse. What is the topic? Comparing this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti in a Upasaka, Aham Brahmasmi Vritti in a Jnana, in a Jnani. That's a comparison. Means a general comparison between a Nirgun Brahma Upasaka and Brahma Jnani, Nirgun Brahma Jnani. And the differentiation is, so Brahmatva status enjoyed by this Upasaka and the status enjoyed by the Jnani. There is a big difference. The Upasaka won't accept it as a fact, and so we can't call him as a Jnani. So Brahmatvam is not a fact for this person, the Upasaka, for the meditator. But it's an imagination for himself, because he has superimposed. It's not a fact. And so that Brahmatvam status is temporary. If it is a fact, it's not a temporary. So it is created. Brahmatva status is created when he does meditation. Aham Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. So during that time of meditation, a Brahmatva status is created for that person. And if it is created, then what is the cause of it? Well, this meditation itself, Aham Brahmasmi Vritti Avritti, is the cause for creating a status of Brahmatvam for that meditator. Upadana Karanam is this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti Avritti. So, Vidyaranya says Aham Brahmasmi Vritti Avritti is the Upadana Karanam. As long as he has got it, means if he does it, it has created a Brahmatva status, artificial created Brahmatva status for that person. And as long as Vritti will continue, he will have it. When it is withdrawn, then Brahmatva status will go away. In case of a Jnani, well, definitely this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti has given him a Jnanam. Now Brahmatvam is a fact. This status actually is not good for that person to say. So, but anyway, compared to that person, we'll see, and this Brahmatva status is a fact for this person, not generated. He has understood that he is Brahman. In fact, it is not generated, it is discovered. It's a discovered fact. Yeah. Discovery is something on means it's a fact, but you remove the cover, discover, and so you just remove the cover, avaranam. You remove the ajnanam goes away, and you understand. So due to ajnanam only, well, he was taking himself differently, but now he understood. So Brahmatvam is not a karyam generated for that person. Jnani's Brahmatva status is not karyam, and therefore you need not find the cause of it. Jnanavritti has, due to that Jnanavritti, he has discovered this fact about himself. And now that Jnanavritti need not remain because it's not a cause. If Upadana Karanam remains, then the Karyam remains. But in his case, the Aham Brahmasmi Vritti, well, and even Vritti Avritti, I don't want to create a lot of complexity, but I would like to hint you here. Aham Brahmasmi Vritti Avritti also may be there in his case, but that's a Nididhyasana. Even when he is repeating, that Brahmatva status is not created one. He knows he is Brahman. Only to remove that avaranam, to remove that dehatma buddhi, that's a habitual error. He knows it as an error, but he wants to get rid of error. Please understand. Whereas in the case of a upasaka, he says he is an individual. So dehatma buddhi is a reality for that person. So one does nididhyasanam, one does upasana, big difference. For one to remove this habitual error, he says, I am removing an error. But error goes away once ignorance goes away. Error is a product of ignorance. That's correct. But habit, habitual error are there in everyone's life. Yeah, habitual error. So many habitual errors we do. So many. And I still do after 5 years. I'm telling you. What? Sitting in always go to the driver's seat, and somebody, they say, sorry, on the other side you have to go. You have to sit in a passenger seat. Till today, believe me, I am not exaggerating, till today I am doing this. That orientation, there, in India it's different, right? Right hand side and right hand drive and left hand drive. So invariably here I do that. And the person who takes me, he says, Swamiji, go on the other side. It's not that I know what is right hand drive or left hand drive, right hand side, left hand side, everything. But still, please understand, habitual errors are there. Even you understand, even you remove the ignorance pertaining to right hand drive and left hand drive, right hand side and left hand side, all ignorance has gone. You have a jnanam, yet the error gets committed. And so this is a orientation. Orientation takes time to go. It is. And one has to address the unconscious. In fact, really speaking, unconscious is not different from the person, honestly. One is one's own unconscious. Yeah, one is one's own unconscious. I don't want to go into that, but ultimately one has a unconscious. Pujya Swami used to call it as a frozen child. Yeah, it's a frozen child. Yeah, a frozen child in one. So that child which was frozen now comes out. Once you become adult, it comes out. All issues, several issues are there. Several issues. This is one of that. Anyway, so let us not say that there is unconscious and this person is addressing his unconscious. One is one's own conscious. All our habits are coming from unconscious. All habit. The way of speaking, the way of dealing with the world, everywhere. All our vasanas also is unconscious. So don't understand unconscious, I would call it as a Karana Sharira. Has a lot of things. And other things also. As a child you have undergone something. But anyway, what I am saying is, so take Aham Brahmasmi Vritti Avrutti Ine Jnani. He has a Jnanam, but he is removing the error. For him, this is Vritti Avrutti is not for gaining knowledge or etc. It is to remove the error. He knows he is Brahman. Very clear. Whereas in the other person, upasaka ham brahmasmi vritti avrutti is basically is generating brahmatva status. He is not accepting. Otherwise, why should he do upasana? Why should he superimpose? If you understand it, fact means what? One has to take oneself as Brahman. One has to understand oneself as a Brahman, right? But he doesn't. He superimposes. That's how upasana. So, so in that case, well, definitely. And once he gains that jnanam, and then jnanavritti stops, then, well, ajnanavritti does not come again. Because once ajnanam has gone, it doesn't come again. It doesn't have a beginning, and therefore it will not begin again. You begin again. It will not begin. That's it. So he is involved in other vyavaras. In fact, his mental status, don't think all the time sattvic. I will talk to you. According to prarabdha, many from the vasanas, certain things come out in his conscious mind. Maybe sometime a vrittis which are based in a tamoguna. Yeah. The vrittis which are based in a rajoguna. His mind may be sometime overactive. Or maybe that vasanas, certain past vasanas also bring a certain anger also. Yeah. He immediately resolves, that's another thing. Let me talk to you that the jnana phalam will be, two ways to look at this jnana phalam. One is centered on oneself, and that is, well, I am free person. I am free. I am Brahman. I am free. Nothing affects me. No time, no place, no attributes. Free from karma, free from this. That's a jnanam, freedom. Jnana phalam, you can say. Other is centered on mind. There is a jnana phalam. And therefore, well, definitely he may be free from all reactions, frequency of the reactions, intensity of the reactions, etc., which was there earlier. Used to, before he gained jnanam as a jnani, he might have a lot of anger, perhaps. That thing also may come up in a particular situation where he was getting angry. That situation comes and that anger also comes up. And but immediately neutralizes. The best thing is mithya. The best thing is mithya. As you understand mithya, it just comes down. Yeah. And therefore, according to prarabdha vasanas, well, the varieties of the vrittis will appear based on sattva-guna, based on rajoguna, based on tamoguna also. Sometimes you may feel dull also. Possible. That kind of vritti. Any kind of a vritti may be there, depending on prarabdha vasana. This, he has not to repeat one thing, that I am Brahman. He has not to repeat. Once the jnanam has gone for good. Yeah. That's a thing. So this is called nishtha. This is a nishtha. Anyway, so so the jnani, that is how they are involved in so much of vyavahara. We feel that they are so looks like a very extrovert. So much. Whenever you do activity, it's extrovertedness. Your mind is extrovert, of course, but still they will not forget, or they will not again become ignorant. That who am I? They may have to start again from the beginning. No, that won't happen. Ajnanam has gone for good. That's it. So beautiful, right? And so it is. Like in our case, we have owned up this knowledge that I am a human being, and then whatever vyavahara I do, whole day, even I don't remind myself that I am a human being, but this thing will never go, because I have a nishtha that I am a human being. I am this body. That will never go. Same way for the jnani, but I am Brahman will never go. This thing. And so that's how it is not opposed to vyavahara also. One does vyavahara, one doesn't do vyavahara. That's all depend upon one's own prarabdha vasana. But that's how in 108 verse number 18 you see very beautifully in the second line it is told ज्ञापक अभाव मात्रेण नहि सत्यम विलीयते. Gnapaka is a vritti, Brahmakar vritti. Aham Brahmasmi vritti is a Gnapaka. Gnapayati iti Gnapakaha. Gnapayati, one which makes you know. Excuse me. One which makes you know is called Gnapaka. It's actually a causal of the Gnya Dhatu. Gnya Dhatu, in the ninth conjugation, Gnya Janoho Ja is a sutra that gives you Janati. Gnya, the forms will be Janati, Janitaha, etc. So Jananti. So that's a form. But if you make a causal root, then it becomes Gnapayati. Gnya, Janati means to know. If you make a causal means to cause to know, to make someone know. And what makes us know that I am Brahman? The vritti. Aham Brahmasmi vritti makes me know. Right? Causes. That vritti is a cause for that, for the knowledge. Anyway, so Gnapak abhava matrena, Vidyaranya says, even if that vritti is not there, Aham Brahmasmi vritti doesn't retain, he is not there, well, nahi satyam viliyate. That satyam, the reality, the fact for that person that I am Brahman, na viliyate, will not go. That's how it is. So, Jnani won't lose this status, so-called status, I am Brahman, etc. Just because he doesn't entertain the thought, I am Brahman, he will lose that status. No. Whereas, the moment the meditator loses that Aham Brahmasmi vritti, means he gets up from the meditation, he loses Brahmatva status because he takes himself as a samsari. So that is how it is. So what cannot be lost is actually a fact. What can be lost, then it's not a fact. So, and when this much was said, Purvapakshi asked some irrelevant question. In verse 119, that's how we read it. Asti eva upasakasyapi vastavi brahmata iti chet. Well, asti eva upasakasyapi vastavi brahmata. So whether upasaka is Brahman or not, he says. Upasaka is Brahman or not? Yes, Upasaka is a Brahman. Then, well, Brahmatva status is there for him also, as a fact. Why do you say only Jnani has a Brahmatva status which is a fact for which is a fact, and this Upasaka's Brahmatva status is not a fact? Why do you say? Everything is Brahman. Upasaka also is Brahman. Jnani is also Brahman. So Brahmatva status is there for Jnani, Brahmatva status is for Upasaka also. So definitely, you should not say Brahmatva status is temporary, etc. He is Brahman. Upasaka is not temporary Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Upasaka is Brahman, Jnani is Brahman, and therefore for both it is a fact only. Brahmatva status is a fact. So he asked this question. Asti eva upasakasya. Well, Vidyaranya want to have some fun. So he can tell that, yeah, it is a fact. Fact is a fact when you understand it as a fact. Otherwise, it's not a fact for you. So what? Fact won't change, that's true, but you should understand. And therefore, Brahmatvam is not factual for Upasaka because it is not a fact for him. Yeah. Jnani he has a Brahmatva status factually because he takes it that yes, I am Brahman. He understands himself as a Brahman. Yeah. Therefore, it's a question of one's own understanding about oneself. So, well, definitely. So that was a simple answer. But no, he asked this question. He's not a layman or Vidyaranya asked to him. He's not a layman has a Brahmatva status as a fact or not. But layman is Brahman or not? Yeah, layman is Brahman. Right? So you say Upasaka is Brahman and therefore that Brahmatva status is a fact for the Upasaka. Then layman also is. And not only layman, Pamara. And Tirascha. Tirascha, Tiryam Gacchati iti Tirascha, which moves horizontally. So the body, the trunk part and the head are horizontal. That's called tirash. Animals. Animal is also Brahman. Wherever the sentiency is there, therefore the consciousness is there. Consciousness manifests, right? And therefore, only question of understanding and that I am Brahman. And therefore, even a layman or even an animal also has a Brahmatvam status. That's a fact for them. So, Pamaranam, Tirashamsha Vastavi Brahmata na kim? Well, they also have a Brahmatva status. Brahmata also is a, by the way, Urmilaji, Brahmata and Brahmatvam both are abstract nouns. Ta and Tvam, Madhurata and Madhuratva, sweetness. So here Brahmatvam, Brahmanness. So the status, I mean. Why status? But Swamiji, why status? Because with respect to Vritti we are saying, right? Yeah. So with the mind, with respect to mind we are saying, Aham Brahmasmi, etc. That. So Brahmatvam, layman's Brahmatvam also is factual, but layman doesn't claim actually Brahmatvam. So we say layman's Brahmatvam is, so that he says, right? Ajnanat apumarthatvam bhayatrapi tatsamam. So when we asked that layman is Brahman or not, so he says yes, layman also is a Brahman. That's a Brahmatvam is factual for him, but he doesn't claim it. Well, then we say Upasaka also the same. Upasaka is Brahman, his Brahmatvam is factual only, but he doesn't claim it. So, layman's Brahmatvam is not factual for him. Same way, Upasaka's Brahmatvam is not factual for him. From the teacher's standpoint and from the Shastra standpoint, Brahmatvam is a fact for everyone. But it should be a fact for the given person also. Upasaka is Brahman from the standpoint of, from the teacher's standpoint, from the Shastra standpoint, he looks upon everything as Brahman. So but Upasaka should know it also, right? So Upasaka or a layman's Brahmatvam is not factual for him. So Vidyaranya says Nirguna Brahma Upasaka is also Brahman, but he doesn't claim. You have to claim it. It's a fact and you have to claim it. That's it. So if the Upasakas claim Brahmatvam, then he's no more a Upasaka then. Then where is question of superimposing a Brahmatvam? Well, it's a fact for him. But since he superimposes Brahmatvam upon himself by Aham Brahmasmi Vritti, entertaining that Vritti, retaining that Vritti in Upasana, that shows it is not a fact for him. Because Upasana means what? Looking upon one thing as another. Fact means what? Looking upon a given thing as it is. That's the difference. So one understands a fact as a fact. One doesn't understand the fact as a fact. He is Brahman, but he takes himself as Sansari and then Brahmatvam he superimposes. But why he does? That's what I told you. It's an obstacle. Some obstacle. Why 10th man is not taking himself as a 10th man and crying and striking his hair also to on the floor and everywhere and having a lot of bumps. Why? But why Swamiji he should do? He should have understood that he is a 10th man. He should not have cried and But that's how it is. What can we do? Some obstacle. Then in his case of prarabdha. So anyway, so basically both are ignorant. Pamara also is ignorant, of course. Pamara means an ordinary person, samsari. And Upasaka, of course, he is also ignorant. Both don't claim Brahmatvam as a factual. So both don't have a moksha. Yeah. Layman and Upasaka. They are similar. They are same in a certain aspects. The Pamara and the Upasaka. First is both of them are ignorant. Okay. Second thing is both of them don't claim Brahmatvam as a factual, as a fact. And third is both of them are not yet liberated. They are samsari. So my conclusion is, Brahmatvam is not factual for Upasaka also, it is factual only for a Jnani. So in verse 120, it says Ubhayatrapi, Ubhayatrapi. In case of a Pamara and Upasaka, Pamara means a lay person, and Upasaka means the Nirguna Brahma Upasaka. Ubhayatrapi, in case of both, Ubhayatra is a Vishaya Saptami, by the way. That's a Tral Pratyaya. Tral Pratyaya is generally in the case of a seventh case. Tatra. So Tasmin Deshe, Tasmin Kale, etc. So Ubhayatra. Here also that Tral Pratyaya in the seventh case, sense of seventh case, and it's a Vishaya Saptami. With respect to both, that's the exact translation, Ubhayatrapi. With respect to both of them also, Ajnanat, ignorance is common. Because the ignorance is common in both the cases, both don't claim Brahmatvam as a factual, and therefore Apumarthatvam. Pumarthatvam means moksha, Purushartha. Apumarthatvam. Well, both of them don't have a moksha. Even though moksha is Nitya Siddha, it's already accomplished. Yeah. That's how there is only one goal for which you have not to worry about, and that is this Parama Purushartha. Yeah. You have to simply sit, yeah, with one coffee and some rusk and some notes. Really, believe me, nothing is to be done, and that's how many jnanis just don't do. They have only what you need, which is the most difficult part, and that takes years and years, and that is a mind which is an abiding mind. Nothing is needed. Nothing means nothing. You need just a contemplative mind, a abiding mind. You can sit and just think. And if you get tired of, then sleep. Then get up and eat something. Again, some coffee. That's how many jnanis, they don't come out of the room. They keep doing this. Yeah. That is how abidance takes place. Abiding mind definitely abides into the self, because that is the basis. The consciousness is available in the mind. It has manifested there. With respect to various thoughts, one can understand oneself as a Sakshi very well. One can understand very well that I am a Sakshi of even Ahankara also. Right? Anyway, so anyway, then Purvapakshi asked a further question. If a lay person, Upasaka and even Karma Yogi also it is coming, all of them are ignorant, yes? Yeah. For all of them, well, all are same. All are ignorant, they don't have a moksha, etc. And they don't claim Brahmatva status, etc. If all of them are same, the layman, Upasaka and Karma Yogi all are saying, why are you spending, oh Vidyaranya, why are you spending so much time dedicating whole chapter for this Upasaka? You should have some verses for Pamara also, some verses for Karma Yogi also, because all are same ultimately. You should have, it's a really joy. Studying Pancadasi is a joy only. Anyway, so answer, of course, the second line is answer of this verse 120. Answer is given itself. Upavasad yatha bhiksha varam dhyanam tatha anyatah is the answer for this. So, this kind of a question may be there. It's an imaginary question. Then, Vidyaranya says, layman also doesn't have a factual Brahmatvam. Nirguna Brahma Upasaka also doesn't have a Brahmatvam factually. But he has advantage over Pamara and Karma Yogi is that he has an artificial Brahmatvam, created Brahmatvam, right? And therefore, like the one who has a original diamond necklace, that's our Jnani. Brahmatvam is a original diamond necklace, real diamond necklace, okay? So that real Brahma, fact, and therefore that is Jnani. And the Pamara, he doesn't have a artificial diamond also, American diamond necklace, and he doesn't have a original diamond necklace also. Whereas this Nirguna Brahma Upasaka has a American diamond necklace, artificial diamond necklace. Artificial Brahmatva is better. Not because Pamara or Karma Yogi has neither original, neither American diamond necklace. Compared to that, Nirguna Brahma Upasaka, Pamara also doesn't have, Karma Yogi doesn't have, whereas Nirguna Brahma Upasaka has. What it wants to indicate is it is too close. Once you buy diamond, American diamond necklace, likely to buy original also someday. So you are in a process, or at least she thinks that she is in a process. Whether the arrangement for money etc. is there or not with the husband, but at least she thinks that now she is in a process of getting a original diamond necklace, and therefore Nirgun Brahma Upasaka is very close. He is going to discuss that. Very close. Very, very. Therefore, he is special. Even though they are saying Pamara, Karma Yogi, Nirguna Brahma Upasaka, even Saguna Brahma Upasaka also you add it. It is coming. All of them are same. All of them have ignorance. All of them don't claim Brahmatva status. So therefore, all of them don't claim even moksha also. Same. Still, I devote the whole chapter because he is too close. Nirguna Brahma Upasaka is very close. He is going to explain how. So anyway, Upavasad, and he gives the example. Upavasad yatha bhiksha varam. As I told you, varam is a indeclinable actually, and its meaning is better, superior. We may feel it may be a neuter word, and phalam phale phalani varam vare varani. No. Varam is basically indeclinable. So upavasad yatha bhiksha varam. So he is giving an example. Suppose person is not having a food since many days, and somebody offers him a food, bhiksha. Simple food, not any luxurious, luxury, any kind of it. So there are three options. One is upavasa, other is a bhiksha, means some simple food, and third is this panchabhaksha, parmanam, beautiful lunch. All these three are there. If you get panchabhaksha etc., lehyam etc., you know very well. All types of food you get. Well, then there is no question. Nobody will question. There is a question of an selection. If you get it, means people will go for it. But if you have to choose between upavasa, no food, and simple food, what will you choose? Definitely, you go for bhiksha. Same way, here you don't have this original Brahmatva status, factual Brahmatva status if you don't have. At least you go for superior status, and therefore that is better compared to no status, Pamara, Karma Yogi, no status, no food, no necklace. So compared to original, of course, original if you get means if you understand I am Brahman, where is the question of upasana etc. No need, over, काम हो गया. That's it. Parama Purushartha. I am happiness and I am fullness and I am Brahman. Everything is same ultimately. You get rid of the smallness centered on I. The smallness centered on I goes away once you understand Ahankara is mithya. Ahankara brings the smallness. And if you take Ahankara, I is a mixture of Brahman and Satya Brahman and this Ahankara mithya, Satya mithya mishran, mixture. You understand that you are not Ahankara, you are not Karta Bhokta, you are not a Pramata, it's simply Aham Vritti, and I manifest in Aham Vritti and make it sentient, and therefore there is a Ahankara, and when then the Ahankara spreads from mind it spreads to the senses, entire subtle body, gross body, and you have a sense of now limitation. All karmas, birth, death, everything. And therefore that ahankara, one who takes oneself as ahankara, is definitely feeling a sense of limitation. That is the smallness. That smallness goes in two situations. Once in a waking state also it goes. Temporarily. Temporarily it goes. the smallness is dropped. And so basically mind abides. Ahankara abides into the self, which is very much present in the mind. Also in deep sleep state it resolves. Ahankara resolves. Mind resolves, Ahankara resolves. Ahamvritti resolves. Then that's a joy. Fullness. That's a Param Purushartha. Fullness is the Purushartha. Today only I was saying, everyone is thirsty for one thing only in life. Only one thing. That thirst is never satiated. And that is the Sukham. Fullness. No lack. No smallness. No limitation of time, place. No limitation of attributes. If you identified with certain attributes, and then you will say the other attributes are not there, because you identify, you claim few attributes. Then you always have seeking some more attributes, seeing in the world. Oh, I should have been a music. I mean, I would have learned music. I would have done that. I would have been a musician. Whatever. This is samsara. So that goes away only in two situations only. In a waking state, in a certain, the mind is totally captivated. Or you get a desired object, let's say. Yeah, you get a desired object. You know, you are no more a desirer, ahankara. You are no more a desirer for a moment. That ahankara resolves. Puja Swamiji calls it as the subject, the ahankara, and the object as though become one. There's a wholeness. You don't feel a division between the object of desire and you, the desirer. If desire is still there, then object of desire will also be there. The division is felt. One wants to bridge that gap between the desirer and the object of desire. So to create, and once it is done, it is a wholeness. Wonderful. There is no other joy. That is the joy actually. But you superimpose that happiness, etc. on the object that it has given me, etc. But otherwise, even though subject-object is there, but the division is not felt between subject and object. There is a wholeness. Wholeness is nothing but subject plus object. That's a wholeness. There is no other wholeness. Everyone is literally looking for wholeness. Believe me. You want wholeness in your life. Yeah. One is searching constantly by getting something or by getting rid of something. One is constantly thirsty about the wholeness. Yeah. There is nothing else one wants. Whole your love, etc. also is totally following that. Love follows joy. Nothing else. Love follows happiness. Love follows wholeness. Even a person in whose presence you have a wholeness, your wholeness is not threatened. You like that person. The person brings a smallness. You feel a lot of lack within in presence of that person. Well, you remain uncomfortable. You don't like that person. Sometimes person says so much about himself, about his wealth, about his education, about his other attributes, about his family, about his beauty, whatever. And you really feel small. And then you don't like that person. We say he is boasting. We say like that. Even though he may be saying a fact, that he may be, people acclaim him as a very handsome, beautiful, this, that, wealthy. But in your heart you are uncomfortable. So wholeness you love. We call happiness we love. Same thing. Happiness is wholeness. Anantam eva anandaha. There is nothing else. Please. Experiential ananda also, at the time your smallness is dropped for a moment. I'm a small being, I'm an individual being. Is just dropped. There is nothing, no other happiness in the world. Only one source, and that is you. You are whole. You are subject, object, both. You are everything. In fact, subject, object, both have superimposed upon you. I can tell all this thing to you because this is the Vedanta, real Vedanta. And therefore, only One has to understand that I am whole. That's it. That is Parama Purushartha. You have freedom from all evils. Freedom from sorrow, if you want to say. Yeah. So anyway, Upavasad Varam Bhiksha. Artificial Brahmatvam, well, just as compared to Upavasa, the Bhiksha, the simple food also is better. Same way, artificial Brahmatvam is better than no Brahmatvam. Right? In Apamara and in a Karma Yogi. Anyataha. Anyataha varam. Anyataha means compared to. This Tasil Pratyaya is in the fifth case, sense of fifth case. Compared to that Pamaras of Brahmatvam or Karma Yogis of Brahmatvam, compared to that, well, this Dhyanam, this Nirgun Brahma Upasana is better, which brings a artificial Brahmatvam in a meditator. As so long he says, I am Brahman, he is superimposing. This is how it is. Okay, so 121 now. Pamaranam vyavahritehe varam karmadyanushthitihi tatopi sagunopastihi nirgunopasana tatah. Anyway, so here Vidyaranya says Pamaranam vyavahritihi. Vyavara. What is the vyavara of Pamara? Worldly activity. Pamara means all samsari, ajnani. Karma Yogi is a different person, yeah. But Pamara means who doesn't care about all these things. We call Pamara. Ajnani and totally extrovert. He is vyavahrute from the vyavara compared to the vyavara of the Pamara. That's the exact meaning. What is the vyavara? Worldly activity. So even though all Ajnanis etc. are similar in a certain respects, well, we have equated that all are Ajnanis, all do not have a factual Brahmatvam status, all do not have a naturally moksha also, like that we said, right? Still now we are comparing and saying this is better than that, etc. Well, is from some standpoint, okay? So Karma Yogi, Ajnani, etc. This is also a joy, Karma Yogi, Ajnani, etc. are same, but Nirgun Brahma Upasaka is better. You can take another example. Like I am sitting here in a Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. Now, with respect to this ashram, well, you all of them are, some are near, some are away, right? The person who is in Toronto definitely is away. Person who is in New Jersey is little near. So that kind of a thing. So basically, well, with from the standpoint of the moksha, right? Well, we can always grade them, that who is near to moksha, etc. So from the standpoint of a proximity to the jnanam or to the moksha, we can make a gradation. Karmadi anusthitihi pamaranam vyavahritehe karmadi anusthitihi varam. Compared to the worldly activities of the Pamara, Karmadi Anusthitihi Varam, better, superior. Karmadi Anusthiti, one who is doing a Karma Anushthan, Karma Yogi, let us say. And Adipadat, one who is following a certain ethical life. Yeah. One who is always seeing, one who is aware of Ishvara in the form of a Dharma. And exercise his free will based on Dharma, who is in harmony with the Ishvara. That kind of a thing. Adipadat, you have to take all this. So Karmadihi, Anushtitihi, Varam, Karma Yogi, etc. is Varam, superior compared to that worldly activity of the Pamara. Means Pamara is away, naturally. And this Karma Yogi is closer to what? To Jnanam or to Moksha. Pamara means totally illiterate, scripturally illiterate, not in terms of other education. So Tatopi Sagunopastihi, even compared to even Karma Yoga now, Sagunopastihi, Sagunopasaka, or Saguna Upasana is closer to moksha. He is taking the activity itself. So Upasana is, if you do a Saguna Upasana, it is closer. It is Varam. It is closer. It is better for moksha. Tataha, compared to even Saguna Brahma Upasana, Nirguna Upasana, Varam, we have to supply all this. So Nirguna Upasana, Tataha Nirguna Upasana, then you add Varam. So compared to that, Nirguna Upasana is superior. So one who is doing Nirguna Upasana, then Upasaka is superior. You can take that way also. So we can make this kind of a gradation even in Nirguna Upasana also, two types now again. Nirguna Brahma Upasana on Alambanam, Omkara Alambanam, right? One can do that. How, Samaji, how that is been shown in Mandukya? You chant Omkara. Akara, Ukara, Makara stands for the entire creation, stands for Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, stands for three avastha, stands for three sharira, right? All 333. There are 18 or 19 like that. 333 is amazing. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti, or Jagrat Purush, Sapna Purush, and Sushupta Purush, you can say. And three shariras, you can just say like that, or Sthula Sukshma Karana, right? That stands for Omkara. But between Omkara, the chant of one Omkara and another Omkara, well, there is nothing. Amatra. Amatra means there is no matra at all. Matra stands for anything. Akara stands for Jagrat, and Ukara stands for Sapna, and Makara stands for resolution. Then there is also some significance, but I don't want to go into that. But between two Omkara chants, there is silence. There is nothing, right? No guna, no sharira, no avastha. Well, then, Swamiji, there is nothing. But who says there is nothing? Who says there is nothing? Yeah, he is there. So in silence, what obtains is this Atma alone, consciousness. Anyway, so Nirguna Brahma is obtained there. Guna stands for all, Matra stands for all gunas. Between Omkara, two Omkara chants, what is there is the Nirguna Brahma. So like that, taking a alambana of the Omkara, one can meditate on Nirguna Brahma. That there is consciousness, Nirguna Brahma, etc. So that is a one Nirguna Brahma Upasana, and otherwise this another is what we are discussing. You superimpose on Ahankara itself. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. So the Alambana is Ahankara. That's called Ahangraha Upasana. Yeah. And if you take a Alambana of other than oneself, well, then it is a different Upasana. And so we, even in a Saguna Brahma Upasana also Alambanam is done. Either they call it as a Pratik Upasana. The symbol can be something else. Even Omkar Upasana can be Saguna Brahma Upasana. You just you see these three matras with the respect to the creation, etc. Three shariras and etc. Becomes Saguna Brahma Upasana. Yeah. Or Saguna Brahma Upasana can be done. Saguna Brahma is superimposed upon oneself. That's called Virat Upasana. Yeah, that's also Ahangara Upasana. I mean, they are like that. What is the Alambana? If Alambana is Ahankara, it's called Ahangara Upasana. If Alambana is other than Ahankara, it is a Pratik Upasana. Yeah. And there is a Pratima Upasana also. There is an idol, etc. For Krishna, and you look upon him as a Saguna Brahma, etc. That is also there. Look upon it as a Ishvara and do Upasana. Anyway, so here in Nirguna Brahma Upasana also, what is Varam? We can divide. Vidyaranya doesn't say, but we can divide. And in that, compared to Omkara Alambana Nirguna Brahma Upasana, that compared to that, Ahangraha Upasana is better. I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Nirgunam Brahmasmi, Aham Nirgunam Brahmasmi, etc. And that is the closest to Jnana. Yeah, Varam. Like compared to no food, even simple food is better. Of course, if you get a very luxury, very good food, etc., well, compared to simple food, etc., of course it is better. There is no choice. But between these two, there is always a choice. Yeah. And so, all our Vedantic students basically who are of, you know, who remain in this binary format, called the other one Swami called binary format. I actually don't say, but you know, binary format means all. I mean, who are who? I mean, I am the truth of the entire creation. The creation is mithya. All the names and forms are mithya. I am the truth behind everything, and therefore that is just a binary format. But if someone doesn't is not able to accept it, well, and then they remain in what? I am different, world is different, Ishvara is different. Yeah. Well, that is so. Person generally remain like that. I am an individual. The Jagat is different from me. World is different from me. Ishvara is one who is creator of both. Is different. So generally, people don't come to this that I am the truth behind the entire creation. Creation is mithya. The Satya Mithya is format. That's very difficult for the person to accept, even though he understands. Well, then do this. I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, etc. Then one day you will be able to understand. They should practice this upasana. Verse 122. Yavad vijnana samipyam tavat shaishtham vivardhate brahmajnanayate sakshat nirgunopasanam shani. As I told you, the topic, this comparing both upasana and jnanam, aham brahmasmi upasana vritti, aham brahmasmi jnana vritti, that has started in 74 is going to be over in this verse 122. So the difference between these two is very clearly, very nicely he said in so this many verses, almost 50 verses, 48 verses, 49. So yavat vijnana samipyam. So to the extent a particular sadhanam is very closer to the jnanam, vijnanam is this jnanam, aham brahmasmi jnanam, samipyam. So what we discussed, varieties of the sadhanam, is whatever, to the extent a particular sadhanam is closer to the jnanam, that sadhanam is automatically become superior. So compared to Pamara, Karma Yogi is better, compared to Karma Yogi, Saguna Brahma Upasaka is better. But Swamiji, Karma Yoga removes Raga Dvesha, but then what else is required? Why Upasana? Upasana removes the mind. The mind has a wandering, lust. Mind just wanders. Yeah. Just wanders. Without even, staying in a object of attachment or aversion. Sometimes it just moves, keeps moving. Doesn't have much focusing capacity. Then, well, that is also we call Vikshepa. Malam is basically this Ragadvesha. That is gone by Karma Yoga. But Upasana removes this Vikshepa. Chanchalyam. That goes away. That is very essential. And so, compared to Karma Yoga, Upasana is better. Saguna Brahma Upasana. Compared to Saguna Brahma Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana is better. In Nirguna Brahma Upasana, taking Omkara as Alambanam and meditating on Nirguna Brahma, compared to that, Ahangra Upasana, superimposing Nirguna Brahma upon oneself, Ahankara, oneself, individual, is better, is closest. That's what it is. So, Yavat Vijnana Samipyam. So therefore it is superior because it is very closer to Jnana. So, Vidyaranya says even compared to Dvaita Upasana, like meditating upon any Ishta Devata, this Nirguna Brahma Upasana is better. Means imagining that I am liberated, I am free is better. That's a bhavana actually, right? It's a bhavana. Upasana is a bhavana. And that Sarvan Maharshi also told very beautifully in Upadesa Saram, Veda Bhavanat Sohamityasau Bhavana Abhida Pavanimata. Abhida Bhavana. Abhida. Abheda Bhavana. I am that, I am that, I am that. I am that is a reality, of course, but it's not a reality or fact for that person. So then let you do the bhavana. That's how in Nididhyasanam also we discussed, if you remember, one of the Nididhyasanam is this, that I am a jnani, I have a jnana. Just, you have not to say to others that I am jnani, but you think you have all the qualities of the jnana. Yeah. And all characteristic of jnani you already have. That's how Bhagavan has given a list in the second chapter and 12th chapter, I think in 13th chapter also, 14th chapter perhaps. I may be wrong, but they are there. And so, basically, this bhavana itself, abhida bhavana pavani, see, it purifies you. Veda bhavanat, compared to that Veda bhavana, soham, I am that, iti asau bhavana, which is abhida bhavana pavani, mata. So that is to be considered. So tavat shaishthyam vivardhate. So yavat vijnana samipyam. So to the extent a particular sadhanam is closer to that jnanam, then tavat, so long, then shaishthyam, superiority, increases, vivardhate. And if you do this Nirguna Brahma Upasana, what will happen? Shanaihi, he says, slowly, means without waiting for the other birth, without voting for Kramamukti, etc., one can hope to get Jnanam in this life itself. Nirguna Upasanam. So, Sakshat Brahma Jnanayate. If one does this Nirguna Brahma Upasana, then Sakshat, directly, Brahma Jnanayate means will gain Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam. This Brahma Jnanayate, you should understand that in Sanskritam there is an arrangement of making the roots, verbs, from the name. Yeah. Like Putrayate. So, Devadatta Putrayate. So, Devadatta desires a son. Putram Kamayati iti Putrayate. So, there are various suffixes. Here, Brahmajnanayate means Sakshat Brahmajnanayate. This Nirguna Brahma Upasana will definitely, directly, Brahmajnanayate means will lead you to Brahmajnana, will make you capable of knowing that I am Brahman. Obstacle will go away. Naturally, Upasana is a karma, right? Upasana is a karma and Manasa karma, of course, and will definitely remove the obstacle. It will have a karma phala. So, it will, Upasana vritti will lead to Jnana vritti. Here there is a danger, and of course that's how he is going to start another topic which will be the last topic of this chapter, and that how Upasana leads to Jnana. Means Upasana becomes a pramana or what? A lot of things he will discuss, but this topic is not there anywhere. Not there. Why it is not there universally? Because many acharyas don't accept this. That is why. Nirguna Brahma Upasana itself they don't accept. But Vidyaranya very beautifully, ingeniously, he has discussed this topic. Based on Shastra, again, and we have quoted that, Nrsimhatapani Upanishad, etc., where this Upasana has been discussed. Maybe in other Upanishads also, but he quoted that. Okay, now verse 123 onwards we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.